Hi, welcome to Computational Investing Part 1. I'm your instructor, Tucker Balch. Let me start by telling you a little bit about the course, what our objectives are. First objective is I want you to understand electronic markets. And there's two parts to that. One is how does computation make the markets work? And the other is computational models of how the markets work. And by understanding those models, we can understand the markets a little bit more deeply. Let me show you an example of the kind of thing I'm talking about. I'm going to show you a couple of web pages here. Let's start by looking at two stocks that are very similar, usually. That's ExxonMobil and Chevron. These are two oil company stocks. Look how similarly their prices change over time. But they're not identical. And why is that? Why are they different sometimes, but the same most of the other times? We'll look at computational models that help us understand that. Here's one more example. This is two airline stocks. The blue line there is Delta. The red line is Southwest Airlines. These are two companies in exactly the same market, but their prices move dramatically differently. Why is that? How can we exploit it? Those are all things that we'll look at in this course. Okay, back to our course objectives. In order to work with this information computationally, we need to understand what is the data. It's not simple, it's actually complex, and we'll spend some time looking at how to get the data, how to process it, and how to use it computationally. We're going to write software to visualize this market data and understand how different stocks relate to one another. We're going to write software to discover. We want to discover opportunities. We want to discover which stocks move closely together, which ones move differently. And finally, you're going to create a simple market simulator that will let you test your own strategies on stock market data. Okay, who is this course for? First of all, you need to be interested in the stock market. That's not a prerequisite, but I'll tell you right now, this course is not going to be interesting for you unless you really are interested in stock markets. So that's something important. There's two types of students that might take this course. One is a non-technical person, and we welcome you, but you're not going to get credit for the course unless you complete the programming assignments. I still think it's valuable if you're a non-technical person to watch the presentations and take the quizzes, but to get the full credit you'll need to complete the programming assignments. The other kind of student this is for is a technically oriented person who does have programming experience. We'll talk more in a moment about the programming projects themselves. We're going to have 8 weeks of material. There'll be 2 modules per week. Each module is going to be about 5 to 10 short videos like this one. There's going to be very short quizzes throughout to check your mastery of the material just beforehand. No big deal, but in order to go forward through the course, you'll need to complete these quizzes, just to make sure you're paying attention, really. There will be projects. These are the ones that are required for getting the certificate. We'll have projects in Excel and also in the Python programming language. Because we have so many people taking this course, we don't have the resources to grade all these programming assignments ourselves, and so we're going to ask students taking the course to grade each other. I think that's actually going to be useful because you'll learn by looking at other people's work. One thing I want to emphasize, plagiarism is not allowed. You need to do your own work. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I was once a fighter pilot. That doesn't make me much. That doesn't help me instruct you in finance, but people are always interested to know that I once was in the Air Force. Once I left the Air Force, I got a PhD in robotics and machine learning, and I'm a professor at Georgia Tech in robotics and machine learning. Recently, over the last few years, I've become very interested in finance and in the stock markets, and I've shifted my work in that direction. I spent a year as a quantitative analyst at a hedge fund. I've also shifted the courses I teach at Georgia Tech to be in the direction of finance and machine learning applied to finance. Students who have taken my courses are at some of the top hedge funds in the world and top investment banks. So this material is useful and is helpful for that sort of career path. I also recently founded a company that's a spin-off from Georgia Tech. It's called Lucena Research, and it's about applying these very same algorithms and software to understanding the stock market. In terms of course resources, the first stop for you to learn more about the course and all the materials for the course will be linked from there is this wiki.quantsoftware.org. If you go there, you'll discover everything you need to know about the course. There are 2 books that are not required, but I have found them very useful. The first one is Active Portfolio Management by Grinold and Kahn. Much of the material that I'll present in this course is drawn from this book, and when appropriate, I'll mention in the slide decks appropriate readings to look at. But that's really for deeper look. You don't have to own this book. Another book that's very useful, it's a little bit less expensive because it's a paperback, is All About Hedge Funds by Yeager. Even though it is about hedge funds, it really very nicely, comprehensively covers stock pricing and strategies for taking advantage of stock pricing. Okay, next steps. First thing to do is go take a look at that wiki. Also, if after looking at that you have any questions, please visit the course forum, which is also linked to from that wiki. And again, the address for that wiki is right there. We'll be glad to answer any questions you have so that you can get a good feel for what's ahead in this course. And I think it's going to be really exciting and fun, and look forward to your participation. Thanks very much.